Hi, I welcome you to Public Opinion on Trending Matters, and I'm here at Nima. I am your host, Sandy, and today our topic is what causes accidents on our highways and how to prevent it. Let's get the views of the general public. Good afternoon, your friend is Sandy Nawe.
Friend Emmanuel.
Okay, brother Emmanuel, person me no chuchu nkomo kakra. But one person me bisa say, e dey na dey accident esisi wo your kwan so dey na accident sisi and fault na every driver for ni mu ho ana say fault na because say you need good roads and na accident esisi.
Ocho kwan na kan na driver for kan say driver or driving on no monsa e betumi the accident aba na say kwan no so nyan so a etumi the accident ba.
A day important na ebe to me aye ama accident ebe day important na ebe to me aye ama accident no ebe jai
So driver for no mutie emra na accident betumi eja so omo drive na mo nya ko no mo no monsa e betumi eja na say aban so siesie kwan no so e betumi eja.
Accident there. Maybe feel say carelessness. Careless driving. Number one. Number two. Yes, he say driving now man for isuyan. Nipa to me the 3 months extra driving. I'm on a license. Also a driving. And also one factor. Number 3. Driving now man for years no so. E kwan say nipa e fa. Nipa emfa ho. Or funny shortcut. Bibi e gina run about her. Dey bia. Instead of nipa make run about her. Abani say obe fa ase. Na nyame me feel say law no na enye dwumo. Say then you meet me ni. Obia afa law na dey say or drive say na ope. Ti bi say nka say carelessness no. Any drivers now my ban. Because me say me a driver. Me detained for 2 years to 3 years and sign a major license. And sign me master so I passed him. Ukosuya at the Pama 3 years, 2 years. I didn't drive on Kwama 3 months. Automatically. Never know. It's more interest at home.
Daddy, I hope baby awa kan ye dey na ebe to me ayafa we wan ebe ma accident ni ajai.
Nipa da se ni bia emra eno hwe nipa. Na emra na hwe nipa. E se omo a de mre na hye mo nsem. Obi ye bone a ye ntwi na so. Wan ye nji bibi enjai nipa no. Wan ye ka se nipa we se ye nti ye ja no. What ya see? Enti ene license no from ebi wo free from no waje license. Obi kitaka. Papers cramp OTP or the papers. A bed in an accident. A bed in an accident. And the kind of cramp any so then I'm constant. Obi hon driving only driving here. And so what your license or drive. It automatically accident did be.
Oh, okay. My dream track Accra me what if Ghana I can say accident is in Yama Bebre. Let me say they did kind a quino. Say a quino ya, listen to me, ma, chance so to me a day. It me see. And I said, you want to call London, you'll be our bread. I was so parking no rest, no, per se, all this hour, maybe our man no hours. Maybe 5 hours, 7 hours, or per se, or go do baby or ding a man a day. Aircon of breast woman was all resting and listen to me, master to me. It me see. And then they toss me in Sansono. I drive from my brain half and I say, Jumani and the Jumanji or more experience in so one room with Trebi Kra, no other, no, they can't can. Ubisa Nabaka we trick out for 15 years experience, 20 years experience, and also to Mema Sansu and Sonia Jumede. Et to me see, and then a tossle nine so, et to Mema Abia. Abia say, I'm here with a good coin, we're to any share, a highway, and nobody, I'm here a good chain. If you are not a manager, Abia now will to have faso. Now I then also to be so to me. Eba ebiane say enu oba e boni say ya e bi na ye den esi ya we hu a ofa so e din susu aso ye den ebre o man Ghana nti mi so adwen ke kakra metumi ya den metumi de ama mo ni
Nti bra is malam pa so wo hwe say ya ɛdeɛ na ɛbɛtumi ayɛ afa ho ama accident na ɛsisi wɔ kwan no so ɛbɛgyae.
Okay, they di kind of say best Roman penny any in penny for say or can say a quine, they di kind a quine, and the Tosumian so it was a embra yashama driver for say main trebi and yet the infant trika, the Tosumian so who baby a mount quine, say what brea out me a park a home, Muto, the old stick a canoe, no what was they di kind a quine or my penny in penny for to me a quine and a bibia cost the Tosumian, a embrana yasha the diamond driver for the bed. The list
say about the roads, the better. Sometimes, here, just like what the man illustrated to you earlier, in Nima here, the frequent occurrence of the accident is the motorbikes. The motorbikes, as you can see them just right, they don't respect the road rules, they don't respect regulation and whatever. So you can even see that the traffic light is red, indicating that there's a stop. But you just see them flowering it, they'll be crossing it. One, they don't respect the rules. One, they don't respect the pedestrians. Somebody can just be walking. Common laws or common rules will even tell you that when you see kids crossing, at least you are also a rider. You are not observe the law. So allow them pass before you proceed. But often you see them knocking the small boys and girls here. So they don't respect the rules signs, and that is nothing to do with the road at all.
So, Daddy, what can we do to prevent this accident happening on our road? What can we do? Any advice to them?
I think what we need most, firstly, as Ghanaians, is education. When we have education, the NCC should come up. They should come up with policy. That is what they are assigned to do. So, example, Nima here, some of them, it is not that they are doing it because they are doing it. They are doing it because they don't know it. They don't know the consequence of it. So they knock the person down. The next day, oh, Allah account, God has brought it. You see, immediately you start saying this, you have weakened the person, you have cheated somebody. The law should take its course. When that person is brought to book and allowed to pay some penalties for doing what he has done, the next person sitting on the road will also learn a lesson out of it. But when you knock somebody down and all you hear the next day is Allah account, you see, meanwhile, Allah is not also riding motorbike. Allah is not driving. We are driving, we are riding our motorbikes, and you don't have courtesy for the pedestrians. It's very alarming. So the road is very okay. So we need to take the discipline into our hands and give education and respect ourselves. So like the police, he mentioned aside too, when the police are here, some of the petty crimes will stop. You see somebody is speeding, not that he's speeding for speeding's sake, something is casing out of it. He does something wrong and he's speeding to escape the law. But when the police are there, they'll put them in check.
So I would like to know, what causes accidents on our roads? Is it the fault of the drivers or is it because we don't have good roads?
Like basically, I guess it's because we don't have good roads. Yeah, that's the most important thing, because like I remember last week or so, I went to Ablekuma, like Agape. From Ablekuma, like the junction of Agape down to Agape last stop. Like, if I were pregnant, I'm sure I'd have lost my baby right now, because it's really serious. It's serious.
Okay, so what can we do to prevent this? What can we do to prevent this?
It's the government, though. It's still the government that has to do our roads. It's still because like the drivers know if they drive recklessly, they'll lose their life. When the drivers are serious driving, because like they have families to attend to, but it's the government who have to prepare our roads for us.
Road accidents is a collective responsibility between the police, the driver, and then the VLLD, because they are the institution that gives out the license to drivers to drive. Why I say it's a collective responsibility is that now, have you ever heard of the DVLA doing a reform to train drivers who are already in the system for the new driving regulations? No. The police will arrest somebody today in the morning, about an hour, he's released. He's coming back to the road to do the same mistakes he's been doing. The whip has not been cracked on the person. In the developed world, you see somebody, they have taken off his license for several months before giving it back to the person to drive. Here it's not happening. So I don't blame the driver so much, because if you open your door, at least even if thief doesn't enter, rats will enter the room. You need to shut your door. You need to take care of what you have. And then you're talking about road network. The road network is a problem. You will see a pothole in a dangerous position. The urban roads or the feeder roads or the highways, they themselves, they drive along those roads and they see it. By then they bypass it. And a driver will try to skip it, and then he will go into somebody or into another vehicle or into people. You see, so if you look at the system, we are all at fault. And to address this system is the police. If you just sit in a car, you get to a police checkpoint, the policeman will be interested in taking something from the driver rather checking the driver. So in fact, our life is at risk. Somebody somewhere is taking money for our lives. You see, so as for road accidents, it's a tripartite this thing. The driver, the authority, and then the police. Because I can't stop a driver. Why are you driving on a one-way? I'm not a policeman. And if a policeman also stops that driver, ask the driver the following day. He still owns his license and he's using it. Why is all these things happening? So if you can get it up to the authorities, they should, up their games. Because you see, as somebody really said, somebody goes to learn driving for 3 days. And the next week he's going to examine himself for a license. Go yourself to the examination center to examine. Though the person fronting the license will tell you that mark here, say this. You don't even have the knowledge about it. So tomorrow you go and then you do the wrong thing. And the wrong thing will mean people will start dying.
Sometimes, accident happy will happen moto because moto no omo fa rules no kura omo fa rules no ba hu say moto say one far right side no wa far left side omo say wa bo obi nipa wa bo so a nipa no be wu ba driver for no there say yenye police bi wa ha because wo ba hu say driver wo lodu nyawo a ana second oba gina kwan so no fa passenger omo ye correcting say wu passenger say wu park na wu fa passenger. But as they happy the motor happy pa motor a problem or papa.
Nti wo kan no nti e mpa na ebetumi ayam accident yi enu nyina accident na ensibio advice na wo ma sa nko
me advice me wo meka e say yemfa police for mba ha e say yenya police for kwan no yenya police for a omo be fa rules no because the police ni a rules no enter me fa me here police first you see you building police station wa me timi hu adentina you see because of the boiler container and enter me here police station but say enter me here at least e banya police baby baku esuru baku ha wa enepo wa bapo wa say traffic po high wa we say junction no every new town e ba no e problem but say enya police for ni omu share my onu na betimi aboa
this community to me I think is the fault of the drivers, because when you check the road there's no any bad road here, and secondly too we don't have any road signs that shows this is the limit that you should use in the community. We don't have all those road signs in this community. So to me I think it's the fault of the drivers, and also it's the fault of the road safety organizations, because they should have bring those road signs in this community so that the drivers also know, okay, this is the limit that we should use when driving in this area.
It's because we don't have good roads. Sometimes there are lots of potholes in the roads, and then the driver might fall in it and it might cause an accident.
So with this, what can we do to prevent this? What can we do to prevent? Any advice?
They should tar the roads. Some of the roads are very, there are lots of potholes, so they should fill it. Even if they cannot tar it, at least they should fill it so that it will be smooth. So when there's going to be a safe driving, yes.
Good afternoon, Daddy. I'm Sandy.
Afternoon. Yeah, I'm Alhaji Hadi Amadou Baba.
Okay, so Daddy, I would like to talk to you about something. Okay, so what causes accidents on our roads? Is it the fault of the drivers or is it because we don't have good roads?
Sometimes it's from the drivers, and sometimes too it's from the roads. When the road is bad and you are speeding, you can get an accident. And also, if the driver is driving carefully, I think we will not have any accident anymore.
Okay, so what are we going to do to prevent these accidents on our roads? Any advice to the drivers?
Yes, we have to be patient, not to be speeding not to be speeding, whether you are in town or out of town. You have to be careful, and I think we won't get any accident if we are careful. Yeah.
Since in Kurumata, how many years now? But go to this Nima highway and see. Since Atamus, a champion regime, where they fix that road. After that, nobody touched the road until our former president, Atamus. But now go and see the road. They are not doing it proper. You see? Because now we don't know what to say. Our leaders are cheating us always. The accidents that we are having in the country, the police and the drivers, somebody who drunk and is driving, and the police, if police catch him and now you see that he's drunk, instead of you should arrest that driver, you take something small and leave him. You understand? And look at the load that Choco people, maize, the people who are came from Sunyani and from where. If you see the look kind of look, go to the Nima market and see what is happening there. You see, so the leaders are not helping us. You understand? So you, the how they call it, the media people have to support what they are doing. You have to voice it out, like the way you are asking me. You have to, people have to speak. You see, but now the journalists, if you say something bad thing about the government, if you don't take them, they will kill you. This is what we are in now. So you people have to voice out. You see, Ghana is a freedom of speech. It's a freedom, but you people now, you are not this thing. You don't have freedom to say something now. If you speak about the government is doing this and that, they will attack you. You see, they will attack you. So you people are afraid to speak. You see, so you people have to help us. Because look at the people that only this 2021. Look at the number. Like I watch TV3 and they mention the people that they die on the road. It's not yeah, are we animals? You people have to, you look at our road. Look at this road. This road recently, this thing that happened, killing people, and look at another region. Our leader, if you see our president, rent $14,000 for an hour. Madam, it's not helping us. I mean, it's not that I hate him. I do hate him, but they should do the right thing. You see, sorry for my English. My English is not clear, but I will speak what I can speak and to understand me. You understand? They should help us because even now money no day. We are in the hardship now, but our leaders see the money that they are spending, renting presidential jet and these things. They are not helping us. If we talk, let me say we are talking about cost. We are not talking about outcome. Which kind of outcome? You see, for 3.something million Ghana cedis just for 3 days. People are school under trees and this thing. They are still there suffering. They say there's shortage this thing on the how do you call it, food. They have no food to eat. This $14,000, you know what he can do? He can feed about 10 schools for a month. $14,000. It's not a small money. So we people have to talk to us. We like you know came here. If I speak, who will hear me? Nobody will hear me. But as I'm speaking, maybe show it on the television, maybe people to hear what I'm saying. Understand? So you people have to help us. and talk to the police people, to talk to the drivers. If you see, if the judiciary, police, if they are corrupt, the country is poor. Oh my life. If they corrupt, the country is poor. Understand? So
I may say it's from both. Some is from the drivers, and in other aspects too, the road is not good. For me personally, I'm from Vota. I'm from Hohwe. The last time I traveled from here to Hohwe, more than 5 hours. I haven't yet reached Hohwe. So in that case, the road is very very poor. So the driver cannot cannot go as it wants because the road is very very poor. In other aspects too, some of the drivers too, they feel dizzy when driving and they don't want to rest. That's what I can say. Sometimes they take little alcohol. But I'm happy these days when they say they brought a machine that is checking out drivers who are more speeding up. But the most aspect is that they should try and construct most of the long journey routes. That's what I can say.
Okay,
That's
Brother
it.
Caleb. So, what do you think we can do to prevent these road accidents on our road?
Okay, fine. Like the traffic, drivers have to observe the traffic very well. Not only drivers, but these Okada riders too are causing most of the road accidents. The traffic have to be more observed. If traffic is yellow, you have to stop and observe it very well. I experienced that. I experienced that just 3 days. 2 days. I was going to buy something. A motor just crossed my car. So it's from even we the individual, we are also involved. People cross this road here without watching whether there is car coming. They don't watch both the left side and the right side. So I may say the work is not from it's all of us.
It's simple. When you are drunk, don't drive. Yeah. And also, I think the government should make sure that some of the rules, like I think, tema like this. I heard that sometimes tipper truck have been getting accident there. So I think the government have to ensure that that road must be good so that the road accident will reduce.
Good afternoon, Daddy. But your friend is Sandy now also.
Medili Ahmed Tijani.
Nti mpacho mpese mini wo twetwe nkomo kakra. Pacho ohun ye man won. Mpese mbisa wo se ede na ema road accident esi. Fault na ene free driver for ni mo ana se ye road na enye nti na ebasa.
Mostly no if you driver for so road so sometimes no road so say nya Nima accident is drivers no go wa bre ibu also opentem akwaba so road so nyi ti say binom America sa especially eastern region kwa say some way no road near narrow instead of ometon was no me overlap in aja the mostly the driver na kwa no so so
The important na ebetumi aya ema adi sa road accident we no adi ben na ebetumi aya ma ebejai
the government no betumi aka the view who say road ni nya na say hoye na road ke so ma police for no na adi so yet police for the see e dey nanka omo so betumi abo because say who corner say and I say throw uko ekuru bi so a etumi throw driver would do her speed herself or any other. But I have most of the venue. There are mad drivers from the Munja Simwa, Americana, especially one who come and see a background. Overlapping for the son of Obi per se, or can young passenger away. Ama, via Obacon Sevilla is a double single roader. Biana cabin so in Yaba. Tinanka, government in Beshanaka, what's police for now that we see ya Montana regulating road like
so for now no we have to advise the drivers, you see, because if they advise them maybe the accidents will reduce. because it's a patience. Because inside of somebody to maybe to stop to somebody, you understand, on the road, but the person is rushing to go, then it causes accident. So that one, I can say that it's a careless of the drivers causing the accidents.
This is where we draw our curtains on today's edition on the topic, what causes accidents on our roads and how to prevent it. I'm still your host, Sandy. See you same time next week. Bye-bye.